Hello. Sorry about that. Hello there, everybody. How you doing? Mic test. Mic test. All right. You guys can hear me. Yeah, it's been so long. I had to do a mic check there. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know that I'm still alive, and here I am. And I'm gonna try and see if I can work on some of the other videos that I've had in mind for a while now. But for now, I'll just kind of make do with what I can at the moment, and I'll just get started here. And of course, this video is about the reasons why I decided not to become a movie critic on YouTube. And if you've known me long enough, some of you might have noticed in the past, and I don't have really any of the videos around anymore. I deleted them a long time ago. I used to do some movie critic videos, but here's kind of the thing about that. You see, when I started doing them, the initial reason was just for fun. And that's again the reason why I would be doing something like that. And I understand that's why a lot of people would do something like that. Except for maybe, I guess, some of the very few people that actually make a living off of being a critic, I guess, for movies. There really aren't that many of them, but there's a few out there, of course. And, you know, some of the things that I think about when it comes to some of these other critics that I've met over the years, especially when I was doing my channel, is that lots of people out there just really do seem to take their opinions on movies just in general way too damn seriously. Now, and I just think it's so funny how so many of these so-called, professional critics will excuse me, in the past would just even outright come to my channel at the time and would just assume that I just know nothing about movies. I mean, especially when I was homeschooled, we were watching movies all the damn time. And because of all this extra spare time that we had and I had at the time, you know, there's lots of spare time sometimes. And that was one of the few things that I ever got to do was just watch movies. And in a way, this was a good and bad thing. The good thing was this made it so I got to see many, many things that many people didn't see. But this also made it so it was just very isolating at the time, let me tell you. But yeah, and I mean, I've seen a lot of the classic movies like, Planet of the Apes. I mean, this is actually a very good movie. I mean, and it's an old movie too, and I could see why it became so popular at the time. It really is actually a very interesting movie, although it, of course, is a bit aged. Like the storytelling of this movie is just jaw dropping. It's jaw droppingly good, especially for a movie at the time. It is just brilliant. A brilliant, brilliant movie. And whoever made this movie, I mean, the group that made this movie and came up with this idea for this movie were just genius. I mean, just wow. It's a very good movie, and I highly recommend it. I would even give this movie like at least, even in comparison to movies nowadays, like a 8 to 9 out of 10. I mean, it is just good. The only other reasons why I gave it an 8 is just because the movie is just aged. And in comparison to movies in the past, it would be a hands down a 10 out of 10. Like, it is just a fucking good movie. It's just so well written. And I mean, this has seriously got to be the best Joker movie ever. I mean, you've probably seen this one. And some of you probably even might agree with me. I mean, yeah, there's the Dark Knight and stuff, and that was a good movie. But when I saw this movie, it was unexpected I mean, I seriously thought I was gonna see just the same old fucking thing when I was about to put this movie in and watch it. But when I saw it, I was just like, wow, this is actually just so well done. This movie is just so well done. And the writing is so precise, etc. Like, they actually did a really good job. The actor did a really good job of portraying the character that they wanted to portray, everything. It just works so damn well. I saw literally almost no issue with this movie at all. And it's definitely like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 movie. I mean, it is just so good. It's just too bad that the second version of this movie that came out last year, I think, or earlier this year, I mean, it just bombed. It just was bad. Oh my God, it was so boring and it was just bad. But this movie is a really well made movie. It just is. And just like to know, I'll just hand out one more, just the John Wick series. And yes, I've seen them. I've seen all of them. What I think about that movie is it's definitely a good movie series, just in general. And the fourth one is my favorite. But I've got to say, and the actor Keanu Reeves was able to be kind of a badass in the movie, and I think he did really well. But here's the thing: when it comes to action in movies, especially with all the action movies that I've seen growing up, lots of times I just laugh at the action anymore. And this time I didn't laugh as much, but there were still times when, with even these movies, I was just kind of laughing at the way that he was holding his gun and everything, and was just trying way too hard to act badass. I mean, I'm dead serious. It just made me laugh at times. But, and I understand lots of people are going to disagree with me. They didn't laugh. They thought he was a super badass. Well, here's the thing. I've been a gun advocate since I was a kid. That's what I'm going to say. So when I see the way he is just holding his gun at times, trying to act badass, it just makes me laugh. Because nobody in their right mind would ever hold their pistol like he holds his pistol sometimes. I kid you fucking not. And then they paid these, I would say, hard professionals extra to tell the audience that he did a perfect job in the movie, that they would do literally everything he did in the movies. And I just was like, whatever. They probably paid these guys like another couple thousand extra just to say that shit. Whatever. But you see, that's kind of the thing about telling your opinion on movies, is that people are just going to disagree with you. And you know what? That actually is fine. That is perfectly fine if you guys want to argue about what you think about these movies. But here's the issue: there are just way, 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 way too many people when it comes to telling their opinions on movies. They want to justify their opinion. And here's kind of what I mean. And here's the thing about opinions on movies: you really only like movies based on your preference. I'd say mostly just your preference of what you like in movies. That's really all it comes down to when it comes to what you like about a movie. You know, just like this movie was a very fun movie to watch, and that's what I like about it. And that's what movies are are supposed to be. They're supposed to be entertaining and be fun to watch. and give you something to do and talk about. But a movie and the reason why you like it is not supposed to be justified. I mean, Jesus. I mean, what else am I going to justify liking then? And that's what basically what I'm saying. Am I going to have to justify the reason why I like women? No, because that's just fucking ridiculous. Why in the fucking hell would I justify the reason why I like women? Well, because it's the reason. It's because that's just how I function. I can't really justify that. That's just reality. That's how I function. That's just how it is. And that's, I would say, actually kind of similar to how it is with movies. I just have my preference with movies, and I can't justify my preference with movies, and that's just the way I think about it. And I think that's actually the same with everybody else. But you see, people have feelings, and so they want to justify their opinion on it. And then you've, but there's also kind of a reason for this because of all the people that are trying to boss them around too, and be well bossy, to say the least. And I would say that's probably the biggest thing I have to say about the reason why I just decided not to be a movie critic on YouTube. And I mean, it's like, oh, but what about anime? Well, I mean, I even have an anime collection. And for a while, for about over a decade, I just stopped watching anime for a while because around like, I don't know, 2010ish especially, I was just like, whatever about anime. And then I got back into it sometime later. And, I even have the Hellsing series. I got the whole series. I mean, I've got a whole anime collection. It's like, have you seen? Yes, I've seen Death Note. Oh my fucking god! Every time an anime geek comes up to me and asks me about that, I'm just like, just whatever. I even have Death Note. I even have Akira, of course. That's a big one. And I'll even show you one that a lot of anime fans don't know about, which is Perfect Blue. You can actually get it new now. Especially for the people that do know about it, you can actually get a new copy of it now for much cheaper, which is what this is. And it's also in the right pixel format too, as well, as you might notice. So yeah, it's definitely a better copy than the original that I got. I had to pay like $50 just to get it, and it's not even really the right image size. This is like an old DVD. But anyway. But yeah, I mean, I've just seen way too much. And here's the thing about just telling opinions of movies and such. I don't want to get to a point where I'm just this big time movie critic on YouTube or whatever, just a critic in general. And then because of that, I just can't enjoy my movies anymore without being a critic and arguing with people over the stupidest ass fucking bullshit ever. I mean, why would I waste so much of my life arguing with a bunch of childish grown ups over what I like and why I like it, and then some asshole, excuse me, trying to tell me that I can't have an opinion because I don't know everything, let's say, about Perfect Blue, so I can't know if I like it or not. Or they get pissy because I said their video game series or movie was generic that they liked. And I even tell them the reason why it's generic. And then they get all antsy on me. But I would say the other reason and last reason why I decided not to do that, become a movie critic like that, is because I simply just don't have the fucking time. And at the end of the day, even if I did have the time, and I would say had like the best opinion ever, I guess, what would happen is that I would have to make my opinions to appeal to others and their opinions, therefore skewing my opinion in the long run based on what others think, and then I'd just be back to square one. And so, yeah, there you have it. That's my reason why. It's past 15 minutes on the video now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.